Man has a whole plaque for himself.
A
Ain't no way.
common phrase nowadays within the academic community, but sadly one that is far too often misused. People using this phrase to describe conventionally attractive characters.
Yeah.
Characters like Cammy from Street Fighter, or characters like 2B from Nier, or even
Like, this is just simple stuff, bro. Like, where's my Eldritch Goddess, bro? Like, what?
characters like
This is
Scolio,
stupid.
Elastigirl from The Incredibles. Now, obviously, any sane person would find any of the aforementioned characters attractive.
Yeah, really attractive.
What the hell is even that?
So, when people say, hear me out, what exactly am I supposed to be hearing?
Especially, not really Elastigirl, though. Like, she's alright. You know what I'm saying? She's alright.
Let's find out
2B, though? 2B? Oh my gosh, dude.
today's class. My name is Professor Lando, and welcome to another lecture here at Ligma University, home of the
This man has so much unstoppable stuff here. I love it.
Cat Boys. Now, I asked my students to submit their best hear me out for me to evaluate and grade in today's class. But first, what exactly are the correct parameters for an acceptable hear me out? There are two main requirements for an acceptable hear me out. The first one being
Also, wait a minute. Did bro have like a detention thing there? Bro has a detention.
an acceptable hear me
Where's a
out.
detention list?
There are two main requirements.
What the hell
for
did
an
they do, bro?
acceptable hear me out. The first one being the character must not be conventionally attractive.
Okay.
And ideally, the less conventional, the better. And the
Okay.
second requirement is that the character must have some sort of subversive or innate goonable quality.
Yeah.
And this might take the form in one of two ways.
Tentacles.
Either physical or emotional.
Emotional, yeah.
And if you're confused on what that means, maybe
Maybe you're a no, I'm kidding.
some examples will help elucidate
Sorry.
it for you. Now, let me show you some of my personal hear me outs that might serve as an example for what we're looking for. Heimlich, the caterpillar from Bug's Life. Now, for the physical aspect, these soft and supple ridges that segment the caterpillar's body are undoubtedly going to be a pleasant physical
I love this guy. I already love this guy.
Imagine the ribbed pleasure as you feel your way over it. Tuk, 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 tuk. Can't ignore the multiple hands and feet. But perhaps
Yeah.
more importantly, I'm interested in the emotional intelligence of the caterpillar. I find it very attractive that he has goals and aspirations, of course, wanting to become a big, beautiful butterfly. My next example is going to be Eve from Wall-E.
Okay, that's not even to hear me out though. Like that's just basic knowledge. I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't like Eve from Wall-E, I think you're weird. Like low key. Like,
I guess Pixar really knows how to make them. Obviously not conventional due to the lack of humanoid proportions.
I literally said Guinevere too. I said like if you don't like Guinevere, like I think you're weird too. I got so much hate from some of my friends, bro. That shit was crazy. Like I'm just, dude. Like this is simple knowledge, man. Like come on. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. If you don't even see what I see in Guinevere, you're crazy. That's what I'm gonna say, bro. That's what I'm gonna say.
Eve does, however, convey a bit of femininity, perhaps some sensuality, with the shapes involved here. Very sleek, slender design. That, paired with her personality, bit of a tsundere. At first acting a bit cold towards Wall-E, but eventually showing much affection. So it's that playful nature combined with her sleek, slender appearance that make her a perfect hear me out.
Yeah.
My last example, Sammus from Metroid. Now I know what you're thinking. Professor, that is definitely a conventionally attractive character. And you would be correct, but I'm not talking about her Zero Suit Samus form. No, I'm thinking of a different form. And you might be thinking, oh, I know what you're talking about. You must be thinking of Samus's armored suit. And I like that you're thinking out of the box.
That's really hot, but I don't think
the
that's what he's
form
talking about
I'm thinking
either.
of is not even this one, but rather Samus in her morph ball form. The form she
Excuse me? What does that look like? Okay, hold on. I actually don't know what that looks like. Really? This? Really? Yeah, I want to hear you out. Oh yeah, okay.
rolls up into a little ball. Now, you might be confused on this example right here, so allow me to give you a bit of a visual. Imagine Samus in her morph ball as this watermelon. And now imagine further picking up Samus in her morph ball form and ripping off some of that armor. And on the inside, Samus.
Okay.
I bet she's real sweaty from rolling around as
This nigga. Okay. Okay.
a morph ball all
I
day.
can actually hear him out about this.
So for Samus and you, this would be
Nah.
a sort
dude.
of a BDSM, but instead of
Okay, listen. Although he actually makes valid points. I'm gonna be honest with you. He makes valid points here.
latex and rope, you have Samus rolled up into a ball. And that's what makes Samus in her morph ball form such a great hear me out, because you're only really limited by your creativity here.
He actually makes valid points there. I hate that that's actually a good valid point.
So for this assignment, students can either pass or fail. But if I find their submission especially good, that student will get a gold star.
Okay.
DGamer014's Hear Me Out is Melania from Elden Ring. And
Bro,
they-
this is obvious. Yes. She can tie me up. She can chain me. Yes. Sorry, my bad. I apologize.
Note, I'm willing to be
I don't
infected
apologize for shit, bro. I'm beyond. I'm just being honest, man. Like,
with scarlet rot. Although Melania on the surface is a conventionally attractive woman, she is afflicted with the scarlet rot.
wait, what's that? Okay, what's that?
If you're unfamiliar,
No, I
scarlet
don't know
rot,
what that is.
described in the game,
I haven't played
is
Elden Ring.
one of the divine elements of the outer gods, whatever that means, and, quote, eats away at life like a vicious plague.
Oh,
So you would get some sort of incredibly debilitating
so it's basically like the angel devil, but this might be worse than the angel devil, or is it better? How much time are you alive for?
I
Like?
assume painful and most importantly deadly disease by partaking with Melania. But Melania is also estimated to be around 8 foot tall. So
That sounds amazing. Sorry.
mommy,
Yeah.
Melania is a pass. King Soul's Hear Me Out is Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda. They note, he big and
No, that's not even a hear me out. Again, bro. Okay, the other one was actually a hear me out though. Depending on how deadly that disease is, maybe not. But like, bro, Tai Lung?
strong and aggressive
But he's so fine.
and fluffy
Yeah.
and mean.
I'm not one of those book talk women as a guy, okay? I'm not.
Note a very
I just see like, you know, I just see why you would like it.
strong build, very broad shoulders, an aggressive demeanor,
Mm-hmm.
combined with a typical bad boy attitude. I would have to say that Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda is quite conventional
Yeah.
in terms of taste and for the context of Hear Me Out. Perhaps the only thing not conventional about him is the fact
This
that
is actual like body, yeah, or
he
whatever.
is a furry character, an anthropomorphic animal. But by today's standards, I would find this particular type of furry, you would be hard pressed to call it not conventional these days.
Yeah. And that's the thing with all hear me outs. I mean, technically, depending on someone's like society's preferences, it could technically, you know, not be a hear me out. But Tai Lung, like, look at him here, bro. You can imagine how long his never mind.
Fail. Tortellini's Hear Me Out is Louis from the Pikmin series.
Okay, yeah, this is definitely a hear me out now. Though. Nah.
I think first off, I would like to point out that Louis is wearing
I'll
protective
hear you
gear,
out,
so you know he's going to
bro.
be safe. But
Okay.
more importantly than that, I think we need to note that Louis and Olimar can command a army of Pikmin, a horde of tiny creatures that obey their any command.
Okay.
Louis can have all these Pikmin do whatever he wants. Now, when it comes to the physical
Okay.
sensations, just imagine a bunch of Pikmin commanded by Louis. He's in the corner, perhaps in the cuck chair in a way, blowing his whistle, and all the Pikmin. I'm gonna have to give this
I didn't see it like that. I just saw it like as the Pikmin being shackles, you know what I mean? But yeah, okay,
one
buddy.
my first gold star.
That's a gold star.
Pastrami's Hear Me
Shit
Out
crazy.
is Echo from Overwatch.
I feel like this is Echo.
And they note,
No,
ever since this
no.
character released
This is never to, dude. This is never to hear me out, bro. Echo, dude. Echo. Oh my
back in
gosh.
2020, I swear I have been more and more into robots. I was rewired and I will not go back.
Okay.
I would call this a borderline case, personally.
This is a conventionally attractive person. This is a conventionally attractive woman. I'm sorry, like dude. If Big Tai Lung over here was conventionally attractive, this is conventionally attractive. This is even more, dude.
I think that Echo, for the most part, has pretty humanoid
Everything.
proportions, is pretty conventionally attractive in the sense that it kind of looks like a slender, curvy woman. But upon
And her personality is amazing too.
further
like-
inspection, there is an odd creepiness about her.
Well-
The face, no hair, and being this sort of mannequin-esque look does kind of make her slightly unnerving, but still
This man shouldn't be a professor. This man shouldn't be. No.
retaining
Nope.
a bit of that attractiveness.
What?
And in terms of the body, if you
Okay, maybe I can see it. Maybe I can see where he's coming from.
look
Just,
here,
I highly disagree, but I
particularly
can
the
see where he's
leg
coming from.
and arm joints,
Actually.
I do appreciate that in some sort of robotic, gravitational, anti-gravitational sense, are detached from the pelvis and the torso. So this is a hard call for me. But overall, I think I would just barely pass Echo.
Dude, her personality, you even talk about her personality in the cinematic. She's such a nice woman, dude. She's so like, oh my gosh, dude. Like, like such a green flag. No, like, bro. When I saw her for the first time, I just knew. I just knew. Like you, dude. I'm such a like. It's my girl right there. You feel me? Like, you know,
Also, she's got some major DSLs on her. Dove's Hear Me Out submission is the stand Notorious B.I.G. from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, noting that it has infinite durability. So I assume the appeal would be the sort of squishy, soft texture being exposed underneath these armored parts. I assume something almost like a brain. And for
Okay.
those of you who are unfamiliar, the stand Notorious B.I.G. from
Plus, I can kind of use this as something too.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure
This hard
grows
part right here.
exponentially by absorbing energy.
Don't
and
ask
is,
what.
like the
Don't
student
ask.
stated, invincible. So in theory, the goonage could be exponential. As you goon, it will absorb the energy, becoming bigger, perhaps squishier, and long-lasting, most importantly. But I think you forget the activation requirement for this stand's power. In order for Notorious B.I.G. to activate its powers, its user must be deceased.
Oh,
Now, I'm not sure by what manner you could make this occur, but here at Ligma University, I can't advocate
oh nah. Oh, no. So you just gotta grab people and then you know, have them be the like users and then do some things to that's insane. Yeah, no.
violence or aggression against any persons, unless it's the person driving the truck flashing their high beams at me. Is there not a limit to how bright headlights can be? It's
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think there should be. Yeah, for sure.
crazy, man. I could barely. So in consideration for a hear me out,
No, he's completely right about that though.
I'm going to have
He's
to give
completely
this
right.
one a fail. Angie's hear me out submission
I'm surprised about that.
is an
But
in and out double, animal style.
Get out.
And they note double the meat, double
Get out.
the fun.
No, we're gonna hear him out. Okay.
Well, let's find out. You do in fact
You actually got an In-N-Out burger?
have a double, but what are the contents? Let's take a peek in there. Seems like, yeah, We do have 2 patties, thus the double-double.
What are you gonna do with that?
Pickles. We got the lettuce right there. But why don't we find out? Let's take a bite. I actually haven't eaten all day. I don't usually when I film these.
Does eating make you hard or some shit? Is that why? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have that problem sometimes too. So if that is the case, then okay. But like, if it's actually from how it looks, bro, I'll get out. Like I'm just gonna be like, no. This is how we know you goon too much, okay? Because like, listen, I have a lot of issues sometimes, okay? You can just tell from how I said this video so far. But like this and a burger, bro. Unless if it's from the taste, like what is it? What is it?
Man, I the out of that burger. Pass. Zach 490.
You give that a pass, but not the whatever.
Hear me out submission.
Whatever,
is
bro.
The Bucky's
Whatever.
Beaver.
I actually want to hear him out. I want
Although
to hear him
Bucky
out.
is, I assume Bucky is the name of the beaver, is simply that, a big beaver. I think that there are a lot of perks with this specific Hear Me Out. With 54 locations in the United States, Bucky's is most likely a very accomplished and wealthy business beaver. Bucky locations offer fuel, ethanol-free fuel, as well as EV charging. Not to mention
I mean, I thought it was just because of other reasons. Other
the
side.
countless food items
I
and
thought bro was just a really nice guy, really caring, loving guy. You know what I'm saying?
choices that they
He's
serve
like that big grizzly bear kind of type stuff. I think that's why.
to the countless of customers on a daily basis. Most importantly, the official Buc-ee's website claims that Buc-ee's has the cleanest restrooms in America. Well, maybe not after Bucky and I get our time in there.
Get out.
You're gonna have to close down for renovations because I'll tell you what, there's nothing I like more than a big, hairy beaver. I'm
Yeah.
giving Buc-ee's a gold star. Vic Viper's Hear Me Out submission is Princey the Spider Devil from Chainsaw Man. Noting, Hear Me Out,
She seems really attractive to me. That's what I think.
8 times the fun. Now, I think it's not a stretch to say that the non-conventional part about the Spider Devil, or Princey, I believe her name is, would be the 8 gigantic, grotesque spider legs that are
That seems pretty conventionally attractive to me. That seems pretty. It seems pretty conventionally attractive to me. When was this? When was this made? 2 days ago. You think that's not? I think that's pretty conventionally attractive to me, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe if this was like a year ago, but like, bro, like.
sharp and could pierce through an entire person's body. She also
Yeah, but she knows how to use them things. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if she just like wraps you around them? You feel me?
has a zipper going down the middle of her face. Otherwise, the top half is
Like, I could be her pet or something. Like,
pretty
I not?
standard, pretty
Like,
conventional
just
of a woman. I mean, people do have a primal fear of spiders for a reason, but in evaluating this Hear Me Out, there's an important question to ask, and that has to do with the 8 legs, of course. Here we have 2 different models, 2 different versions of a bottom to top view of the Spider Devil. Now, my question is, when it comes to points of entry, we assume for each
nah. It's the way you just said that.
pair of legs, there's going to be 1. But since the Spider Devil has 8 legs, is there going to be a point of entry for each pair of legs? Or is there only a single point of entry in the center of the legs, almost like a squid?
I mean, it could just be like around here, just has one, but that, I guess that would be boring, wouldn't it? Huh? I guess that would be boring to this guy. I guess
know
that's
what
why
you're
he
thinking,
said that.
students. I'm sure most of you would prefer Model A, but might I
Nah, no, I'm gonna be honest. Either one would be chill with me. Like,
say that perhaps it would get a little difficult and awkward to navigate between all the legs? And remember, they're razor sharp; they can pierce your body. But
yeah, but you know, that's just batter scars in a way, right? Like that's just the pain would be, especially from her. Like that's kind of like like type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of nice. Like as long as it doesn't kill me, like it's pretty chill. You know? Is that just no? My bad.
With one, you can get right up to the center and be nuzzled in the grasp of all the spider legs all at once.
That is
and
true, though.
perhaps a more satisfying experience. But if I'm being honest, either one works with me. I'm gonna give the Spider Devil a pass.
I thought that would be
Arc
gold
Visuals,
star.
hear me out, is experiment number 210 from Gravity Falls, specifically season 2, episode 2. And notes that
When I look at it, I'm like, what the hell? But then there's some parts of this that's like maybe, but you still got to go outside.
it functions like Ditto from Pokemon. It can literally turn into anyone just by licking their DNA.
So it's like Toga. I'm thinking of it like Toga. And I love my girl Toga. Like, I mean, as long as bro loves me, like it's chill. I think like this is such an OP power, bro. But yeah, as long as bro loves me, like it's chill for the most part.
Conceptually, with this Hear Me Out, we have something like a Ditto who can transform into anyone or anything. But there's an important caveat here. With this creature, it can literally turn into anyone, but by licking their DNA. You have to consider that your options, I assume, unless you're some sort of detective or spy, are going to be quite limited. As an average person, you might have access to maybe your own DNA or your household, which I imagine would include your mom and dad, maybe brother.
I mean, you could just in no way.
Sister.
I was gonna be like, you can just go to like a bar or something, and then like or like you know anywhere.
Or your dog. Not quite the breadth of options I would like with my Hear Me Out. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to give this one a fail.
Wow, that's crazy.
805 Rats,
I didn't
Hear Me
expect
Out,
that.
is Gwen from Total Drama Island. I mean, that my
She's not a hear me out. She's just yeah, yeah,
friend is just an incredibly attractive goth girl
yeah.
with short hair, perky melons,
The only thing I didn't like about her is her personality, bro. Because didn't she cheat on my boy Trent or something like that? I'm pretty sure she cheated on my boy Trent. Like I fucking hated her for that. I hated her for that. Actually, no matter of fact, I hate this woman. I don't want this woman. Actually, not think about it. No.
wide waist and wide hips. I can't think of anything more conventionally attractive than that. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to fail you. Cat HQ1's Hear Me Out is Cessna 172.
No, it depends on like what he even means. Cause like sure, like looks wise, yeah, but like for a lore, bro, if he loves cheaters or something, I think you're just insane.
I believe that is an airplane. And
Get out. Get out. You love an air. Actually, no, I'm here about.
notes, my beloved.
I apologize. I just too
Airplanes.
soon.
Yes, the Cessna 172 is, I assume, a name for a specific type of airplane. And similar to Eve from Wall-E, we have sleek, curvy shape line expression. So I do understand that. But in terms of people gooning to airplanes,
Yeah, how would you even do that? Like, how would you do
there
that?
is a whole other world out there. Not only do people find actual airplanes attractive, the interest has spawned multiple subgenres, like plane anthros, similar to
Okay, but that actually makes sense though.
a furry
somewhat.
character. People anthropomorphize planes in a very sensual nature to where they're like kind of like a thick animal.
Like I know it's not the same way, but like that one dragon from Pokemon, like I love that dragon. I love like yeah. Like if you like that dragon, I can see that, but like
like plane thing. And speaking of furries, there is an even further
because this is basically like a dragon.
subgenre of furry plane anthros, where they're like the aforementioned plane anthro, but furry versions of
I
the
mean, obviously, dragons are better, you know. Yeah, dragons are tough. Sorry,
So when it
but
comes to the goonability of airplanes, it seems like I'm not one to deny. Pass. That's all for class today, students. I hope you learned something and will use the phrase "hear me out" more accurately in the future. I'd like to thank my supporters on Patreon, and especially to the students, who I'm about to call, for detention after class. Kami, Klaus, Leafy T, Haley, Fastra, Dreamy, Blurry Pixel, Kismet Nightingale, Crystal Vu, Henry Joe, Scrambo, Jules, Hacky Sack, Keiko, and Liad is gay. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next lecture.
it's not bad.
Students, we have just reached an incredible milestone. This YouTube channel
Hey!
here has just reached 1 million subscribers. That's 1 million students and 1 million eager minds. I want to
The way he said that. The way he said-
thank my dear friends and family, as well as all of you
Oh,
students
gosh.
who came to class every lesson, ready to learn something new. From furries to fanboys or twinks to twunks, I'm incredibly proud of everything we've done, and I'm looking forward to what Ligma University can do in the future. Thank you, and go Catboys.
Hell yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, Professor Lando. This is one of my very this is like one of my first videos from him. And honestly, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Now, I don't really know much about this guy, okay? But from that one video, yeah, he seems like a pretty nice professor. I'm gonna be honest with you. He seems like one of those best professors like that you'll see in a once in a blue moon. You know what I'm saying? He's basically like that one teacher, except like he's basically that one teacher from this anime. I forgot what the anime is called. If you know this anime, amazing. He's like that guy. Okay, but yeah.